So like we talked about in yesterday's video, and you guys know I'm always right, I'm 100% right all the time, we're seeing a relief rally right now in the stock market. And no, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not always right. Before you hit the non-existent dislike button, I'm just joking, right? But we are seeing a relief rally. It's currently 3:45 p.m. on the East Coast, and the markets are crushing it. We have the S&P up over 1%, the Russell and the Dow are up about 2%, and we have the NASDAQ 100 up 0.8%. So we have to break it down, talk stocks, charts, markets, all that good stuff. So sit back, relax, hit the like button, subscribe, check out my Patreon down below, and make sure to also get $50 from M1 Finance and 2 stocks from Webull, also linked down below. And with that being said, let's get into it. So at this point in time, we have to be careful in these markets because what we know is volatility has been heightened, even though now we're seeing the VIX down about 9%. And even though it's down 9%, guys, the VIX is still very high up there, right? It's still pretty elevated, close to 30 points. That's one thing, right? We've been seeing a lot of volatility. And another thing, point number 2, or B, whatever you want to say here, is we've been getting rejected right by this 180 moving average on the 20-day chart. And look where we are right now, guys. Even though we've had a great bounce back day, we are getting rejected yet again at this moving average on this time frame, which, if you guys look, this has been resistance many times in the past 2 weeks, right, throughout this whole sell-off that we've been experiencing. You guys can see we got rejected here once, twice, 3, make it 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, excuse me. And will this be the 8th? Time will tell. Time will tell. But as of now, on the intraday chart, let's pop that up. You guys can see we hit 460, and now we're starting to sell off. We're down about $2 from that point that we hit about, 2 p.m. on the East Coast. So I'm a bit worried. Guys. I'm not, crying and screaming, and I'm not scared 100%, scared out of my socks. But hey, if history repeats itself, we might be seeing more red, more volatility, and I kind of think we are, quite honestly. But in that same breath, if we do end up breaking 460 into 465, that is where a real reversal could end up occurring. And to that, cheers. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here, guys. But hey, we're not there yet. We're still under 460, which is a bit worrisome. So all I need to say here, all you guys need to really understand is the 20-day time frame is very important. Watch that moving average. Watch that moving average. If that's all you do, watch the moving average. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but that's SPY, right? And triple Q is looking very similar. We're still well in a downtrend. We've been selling off for a couple days now, more than a couple of days, honestly. And we are getting a bit of a relief rally today, but still, we're under that main 180 moving average on the 20-day chart, which we've gotten rejected at countless amounts of times over the past couple of days, 10, 14 days here, calendar days, ever since we've been selling off since the 22nd of November. So until we break out of these moving averages, guys, I'm thinking every rally that we're seeing, there's a high likelihood that it's a bull trap, right? So keep your eyes on triple Q, SPY as always, and the VIX, of course, as the VIX, like I said earlier, is pretty heightened. We hit 35 on Friday. Now we're at 27. But still, as long as this thing's above 25, that means there's a lot of volatility, heightened fear in the markets, uncertainty, and we're still above 25. So we have to be very careful out there. And of course, the way that we weather the storm is having cash, right? Maybe selling some puts if you guys want to get into certain stocks at certain prices during crazy volatility, right? You could sell some puts, collect premium, and then if you get assigned, you're going to buy stocks, or you have to buy stocks at prices that were predetermined, so you can do that, and just have some cash. That's all I really can say at this point, during these crazy times. So what do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Drop a like if you guys are enjoying the video, and as always, make sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell. It really helps me out overall in the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, let's talk about some stocks. So we kind of went over earlier in my video that you guys probably saw at this point where we talked about the Fed, interest rates, the CPI number that's coming out later this week. We kind of covered how a lot of the travel stocks today, they're doing very well. I mean, pretty much all of them are up right now. So let me pop some up. I'm on my phone today. My iPad is dead. So bear with me, guys. So CCL, the cruise lines, CCL is up a good chunk today. It's up 8%. And mind you, guys, all of these were extremely oversold. Now they're seeing relief rallies. It makes sense. And all of these rallies, even though it's great that we're seeing green, these could also be bull traps within the travel stocks, right? This whole industry sector, whatever you want to call it. These rallies could very well be bull traps. So keep that in mind. CCL up 8%. RCL up 8%? Same thing. And we're already seeing some selling here right by the 50 moving average on RCL, and CCL, same thing, right by the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. We have NCLH. This is currently up almost 10%. We have the airlines crushing it. AAL is up 8%. We have LUV. Southwest, this one's up 3%. We have a lot of the hospitality stocks, if that's what you want to call them. I think Marriott, we posted about this one on Patreon earlier, which it's breaking out right now. Marriott's up 4.5%. What are the other ones? I'm assuming Wynn is up today. Yeah, Wynn's up 6%. Las Vegas Sands, this one's up 7%. So we're seeing a lot of push up in these stocks. Caesar, CZR, this one's up 6.5%. So look, these stocks are running, but I'm still not buying them. I still think that we could see more downside, that a lot of these are bull traps right now until I'm proven otherwise. And by proven otherwise, I mean we must break these moving averages on the 4-hour chart here. So keep your eyes on the cruise lines, the airlines, the hotel stocks. And on top of those aren't the main stocks we're going to talk about today, but seven more that we're going to go over. Starting off with number 1 is Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX. Starbucks is having a great day today. It's currently up 2%. It's up $2.50 roughly. And we're noticing a clear-cut inverse head and shoulders here on the 4-hour chart. You guys can see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. And as of now, it seems like it's playing out. We have a clear-cut support line at the neckline, which is at about 108 to 110. We held that. We bounced. Now we're trading in the 113s. And we're also above the moving averages. And I believe here on the 4-hour chart, you guys can see it. If I zoom in a bit, if we end up breaking, let's say 114, 115, I'm actually going to set my alert at $115. Mark is at or above. If we break this point, this might end up filling the gap to 120. That's my first target. That is where I believe this inverse head and shoulder could go initially, from 113 to 120. That gives it about 4 or 5% upside from here. Now, if 120 breaks, now we're talking a move back to those all-time highs. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. Obviously, I'm not a genie, a fortune teller. I don't know anything in terms of future prices of what's going to happen. Nobody knows. I mean, you can make assumptions. You can make predictions, but they're not all going to come true. But what I do think could happen is if 115 breaks, 120 for sure is right around the corner. And if 120 breaks, hey, 125, 130, that is in the cards. So number 1 is Starbucks. Watch it. JD.com is number 2. This one's currently down about 4% on the day, down about $3 per share. My dog is barking right now. I tried to say dog and bark, and I said dark. So if you guys hear little barks, it's my dog. She's sitting right next to me. I don't know why she's going at it right now, but I'm petting her at the same time as I'm making this video for you guys. So yeah, if you hear her barking, it's not me going crazy. It's the dog, right? So JD.com is down about 4% today, and we've called this out many times. It's played out accordingly, and now we're selling off pretty aggressively. I mean, ever since we got news about DD being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. That's happening. A lot of these Chinese stocks got hit. Alibaba being one of them, which, full disclosure, I own. And today it's up 10%. Would you look at that? That's pretty good, right? Alibaba is up like crazy today. But that also got hit on Friday and all of last week pretty much. Same with JD. I mean, this stock went from 92. Now it's at 74. JD's now in a bear market. It's down 20%. And based on what we're seeing here, we're now trading towards the bottom of the channel. We've held this once, twice, 3 times over the past 5-6 months. So I think this could be another time we hold it. It's very oversold. We're towards the bottom of the channel, right? And this is a bounce spot for JD. So I'm watching it very closely. The next one is Intel, Intc, Intel. This one's doing well today. A lot of the Dow stocks in general, the Dow 30, they're doing very well today. The Dow's up almost 2%, like I mentioned earlier in the video. So Intel is crushing it. It's up almost $2, up 3.5%. We're above the 50 and the 180 moving average. So we are seeing the starts of a reversal here on the 4-hour, but I don't think we're out of the woods yet by the looks of it, because one big point here of resistance is coming up. It's 51 to about $52. 51, 52, that is where we held in July, in August, in September, October. And once you break a support, you guys know what happens then? It becomes a resistance. So now we're facing that old support as resistance. And I'm not too convinced we're just going to shatter that level and run back to the mid-50s. I'm not too convinced until the charts prove me otherwise, which we're not quite there yet. But either way, I personally own Intel. And I've been selling covered calls on it. I don't have an open covered call position right now, but I'm scouring the options chain to maybe do that maybe tomorrow at some point. But yeah, Intel, I think if it starts breaking 55, it's going to be off to the races, and I'm holding on, guys. I'm personally in at about 54, 55. I'm down, admittedly, but I'm still holding on. So Intel's looking solid. Amazon is also looking pretty good here. A lot of the tech stocks are turning around today. Amazon being one of them. It's up $36, up over 1%. And as of now, it seems like, it is holding the uptrend, right? You guys can see it's holding a higher low at about 33.50. It cracked above 3,400. Now we're fighting with the 180 moving average. And if it takes out, let's say 34.50, 60, I'm going to put my alert right there. If we start breaking these points, I think Amazon could fill the gap towards 3,700 again, which it literally was there before the overall sell-off that we've been experiencing. So, in my opinion, it's pretty safe to say if the sell-off ends, right, which, who knows, the bounce back could be right around the corner. I think if it ends here, we start seeing a recovery in the overall market, S&P, Triple Q, I think Amazon's going to follow. I think it's going to end up going 36, 37 again. So keep your eyes on it. Goldman Sachs is another one, another Dow stock that is on fire today. Well, I don't want to say on fire like it's up 10% or something, but it's up 1.7%. Not too bad. And there goes the markets. They just closed, by the way. We had a pretty good day overall, up 2% on the Russell. Dow up 1.9. NASDAQ up 0.8. S&P up 1.1. So, look. Goldman Sachs, as of now, it held a higher low. It's holding a higher low above the channel here at about 380, 390, and it's trying to start breaking out of the moving averages. I think if we break 400, 395, 400, which we're right around that point, we're trying to, guys. I think this has a shot to get back to the top of the channel. We called this out, the same move out about a month or two ago. Back in September, I believe, when it was trading at 380, 390, we called it, and then it went to 430. Now we pulled back, profit taking, a bit of weakness overall in the banks, and now it's trying to set up for another break. I'm seeing a bullish divergence, so I think a big move is coming right around the corner. So keep your eyes out on Goldman Sachs, GS. Matterport, MTTR, got destroyed today. This is a stock that I've been watching, growth stock. It has a lot of potential in real estate. A lot of people use these for 3D scans of homes. If you guys have looked at that, pretty cool videos online about that. A lot of people are saying this could be a metaverse play, which is probably why it did heat up the past couple of weeks. It got all the way to 37. Now it's at 23, so it's down 40%. Jeez, guys, that is insane. It's down 40% in just the past 5 days, calendar days, and today it went down 8%. So I'm looking at this dip not as a jump right in opportunity because we haven't found a bottom quite yet, but I'm looking at it, hey, it's down 40%. Let's see if it settles a bit. Let's see if we consolidate in the low 20s. Maybe we pop back up to the mid 20s, high 20s, and we start continuing the uptrend. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here when it comes to Matterport. AMAT is another one, Applied Materials, which is consolidating quite nicely above 145, which I really like, considering that was resistance from April all throughout pretty much the beginning of November until we burst out of there. We hit 160. Now we're pulling back again. So we're currently $12 off the highs, down about 8%. And at this point in time, we're holding the moving averages. Well, one moving average, the 180 moving average, and we're fighting right by the 50 moving average, right? So if we look here on the 20-day, we're under both moving averages on this time frame, and they've also been acting as resistance, ever since, the middle towards the end of November. So I believe if we take these moving averages out, we break 150 on AMAT here, the next leg up is coming. So I'm going to set my alert at $150. Mark is at or above. And the last stock for today, guys, which got completely crucified after the earnings report and is trying to find a bottom here. And I'm not calling bottoms, but it's trying to find a bottom here. It's JWN, Nordstrom. This stock got obliterated, crucified. I don't even know what word you want to use for it, but it was bad. It went from $35-$40 to 19, and now it's up to $20, $20.50, and it went up 2% today. And we're also noticing a bullish divergence, which it's not a 100% sign that it's time to buy, but hey, it could be a sign that a relief rally is around the corner. Who knows, right? Time will tell. But at this point, we're very oversold. We're seeing a bullish divergence. We're starting to peak above the EMA here. We've consolidated for 2-3 days. This might be the start of a relief rally on JWN. And who knows? This could make a move towards the mid-20s. Mid-20s is not that unreasonable considering it got obliterated last week and the week before that. So a relief rally up to the old support from September, October into November a little bit, $25. It's not too unrealistic. So overall, guys, that's it. Be careful. That's one thing I want to tell you guys. Be careful here when it comes to the rally we saw today. Don't just think, oh yes, we're out of the woods, it's over, because overall we're still in a downtrend on SPY and Triple Q when it comes to those 20-day charts, like I showed you in the beginning of the video. So be careful, but set your alerts, because who knows? We might end up breaking out, and then a lot of these stocks might go ballistic. We talked about the travel stocks, Starbucks, JD, Intel, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, Matterport, Applied Materials, JWM. These stocks are pretty decent here in my personal opinion, and I'm going to be monitoring them for the next couple of days. So if you guys found value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well while you're at it, and make sure to drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts, and if you guys didn't do it already, check out my Patreon. If you want all my buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more access to me as well throughout the day, all of that's on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $50 from M1 Finance and your 2 stocks from Webull, up to $1,600. All of those are linked down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video, which I made one earlier. If you missed it, we talked about the Fed, CPI, interest rates, other stocks, all that good stuff. I'll pop it here. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching as always. Keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.